You've probably heard it. Protestantism is booming in America. Megachurches are packed. Evangelical faith is on the rise. The data supposedly proves it. Millions flooding into non-denominational churches, massive auditoriums, global influence. But here's what the headlines won't tell you. Those numbers are lying. This is Dominic, and today we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most misleading statistics in modern Christianity. Because when you dig into the actual research, the real story is completely different. And it matters, especially for Catholics trying to understand the true spiritual landscape today. In the next few minutes, we're going to expose how megachurch attendance is artificially inflated, reveal what's actually happening to Christianity in America, and show why the church's real victory isn't measured in auditorium seats. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth that churches themselves are admitting. They're counting online viewers as in-person attendees. According to recent church attendance research, 45% of churches use attendance multipliers to boost their online numbers. Someone tunes into a live stream for just 12 minutes and that counts as an attendee. But many churches multiply it by 1.8 people per screen. 1,000 online viewers becomes 1,800 attendees. 2/3 of megachurches now report more online attendees than actual bodies in the building. When you add inflated online numbers to in-person worship, the total looks spectacular. But remove the multipliers, the actual committed attendance tells a different story. Why the inflation? After the pandemic devastated in-person attendance, many churches lost 20 to 50%. They needed numbers to keep donors from losing hope. Counting inflated digital attendance masked the crisis. It made growth appear real when buildings were getting emptier. This isn't growth, it's accounting manipulation. And it's the foundation for the Protestantism is winning narrative dominating Christian media. If you're interested in deepening your faith, hit like and tell me where you're watching from. Consider subscribing to stay rooted in Catholic truth. Support our videos, team and tools. Link in description or scan the QR code on screen. So if megachurches are using smoke and mirrors, what does the actual religious landscape look like? The real data is sobering. In 2007, 78% of American adults identified as Christian. By 2024, that number collapsed to 62%, 16 points in 16 years. The Catechism teaches in paragraph 775 that the Church's first purpose is to be the sacrament of the inner union of men with God and the sacrament of the unity of the human race. Yet the Church's influence on American life has hemorrhaged. Evangelical Protestants dropped from 26% to 23%. The Southern Baptist Convention experienced 17 consecutive years of decline, now at a 47-year low, losing 300,000 members annually. Mainline Protestant churches fared worse, collapsing from 18% to 11%. Catholics held steadier. We remain 19%, the same since 2014. But that stability masks our attendance crisis. Weekly mass attendance dropped from 45% to 33%, 12 points in 2 decades. Now here's what's winning. The nones, people with no religious affiliation. They rose from 16% to 29%. But even that growth slowed. The rise of the nones leveled off since 2022. They're plateauing. Christianity overall is losing ground. Megachurch growth numbers are optical illusions. The real story is institutional decline across every tradition. So what's fueling that decline? Denominations that abandoned core doctrine collapsed faster, and evangelical churches now face the same crisis. Mainline Protestantism spent decades softening doctrine to appeal to modern culture. Members eventually asked, why attend a church that doesn't believe anything distinctly Christian? But evangelical churches, which held traditional theology, are sliding into the same emptiness, spiritual shallowness masking as relevance. Recent Barna research reveals only 10% identifying as evangelical are truly evangelical by biblical standards. 54% believe people are basically good, and 50% believe people earn salvation through works. Doctrines contradicting scripture and Christian tradition. These aren't evangelical commitments. They're cultural consumerism wearing a Christian label. The Catholic Church's stability, especially globally, reflects something different. According to Vatican Church statistics 2024, Africa's Catholic population grew over 3% in 1 year, with the Democratic Republic of Congo now home to 55 million Catholics. Asia saw steady growth, and the Americas maintained their population, While Europe contracted, the global picture shows the Catholic Church growing where faith is taken seriously, doctrine taught clearly, and sacraments remain central. The temptation to measure victory by attendance numbers has corrupted modern Christianity. The Catechism, in paragraph 849, reminds us the Church strives to preach the gospel to all because she is the universal sacrament of salvation. The Church's mission is to proclaim and establish the kingdom of Christ and of God, not build entertainment empires. If this is helping you, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Fair question, aren't some megachurches genuinely growing? Yes, some report genuine increases, especially after COVID when smaller churches declined. 52% of Protestant congregations saw some growth in the past 2 years. But growth isn't correlated with theological health or spiritual commitment. Churches experiencing real numerical growth offer what people want: emotional engagement, entertainment quality production, minimal lifestyle demands. Research shows large congregations produce lower volunteer rates, lower giving per capita, and higher non-exclusive attendance. Megachurch attendees are less likely to give or serve. Additionally, millennials and Generation Z, while attending more frequently than older adults, still attend less than half the time. They're shopping, not joining, spiritual tourists, not disciples, and smaller churches, the traditional parish model with pastoral accountability, are declining fastest. Very small churches saw negative growth, only 39% growing. True growth means depth, conversion, sacramental renewal, and commitment. The numbers say Protestantism is growing. Reality says Christianity is being hollowed out from the inside. Here's what we've uncovered. Megachurch attendance numbers are inflated through accounting tricks. Christianity in America is declining. Evangelical and mainline denominations face crises statistics can't hide. And the Catholic Church's global stability reflects commitment to doctrine and sacrament that cultural Christianity abandoned. The headlines about Protestant resurgence are built on sand. Real spiritual victory isn't measured in stadium seating or online multipliers. It's measured in conversions that last, families rooted in faith, parishes where the pastor knows your name, and sacraments that transform souls. This is Jubilee year 2025. The late Pope Francis called the Church to reflect on true renewal. That renewal doesn't come from being bigger, it comes from being holier. If this helped you, share it with a friend, subscribe, and check out our web app for daily Catholic resources and soul search. The buildings get bigger, but the faith gets smaller until we return to what actually matters: Christ, His Church, and the truth that sets us free.